Hey guys, thank you for joining me on Godspot today. I want to talk to you about how to be decisive. In Luke chapter 6, verse 12 through 16, it says, one of those days Jesus went out to the mountainside to pray and spent the night praying to God. When morning came, he called his disciples to him and chose 12 of them, whom he also designated apostles. Simon, whom he named Peter, his brother Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, son of Alphaeus, Simon, who's called the Zealot, Judas, son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. Now, in this passage of scripture, we find it captures a moment when Jesus is having to make a huge decision that hinge pins on this decision the rest of history. I wonder, have you ever been faced with such a decision? Probably not. But Jesus at this time was selecting 12 men who would be trained and carry on the ministry when he died. He couldn't afford to make a wrong decision. We know one of them never made it and didn't succeed. And the question we need to ask ourselves, if Jesus had not taken the time to be decisive and to think this through, where would Christianity be today? Because the apostles would have failed and we would have been in trouble. So I want you to think about, what does it mean to be decisive? What decisions do you face in your life? There are decisions about courses to study that we have to make. There are decisions about career and promotion. There are many decisions about finances, decisions about who we want to spend the rest of our life with, who our friends are and who they're not. Big decisions. Decisiveness is an essential aspect of responsibility. No soldier wants to be under the command of an officer who can't make a decision in the midst of a crisis. No person wants to be with someone who can't decide whether they want to pursue the relationship further with them or not. No boss appreciates an employee who cannot make a decision on the fly and be decisive. Because the indecisive person makes little or excruciatingly slow progress in life because they're always wavering, unable to decide which way to go. They get themselves stuck in neutral, while the decisive person is the one who presses forward and cruises towards their goal and what they're pursuing, contentment in their life. And unless you are decisive, you'll feel as though life is happening to you. If you try to live in the middle of your decisions, it's like standing in a river that has a fast flowing current. Life will pass you by and you'll never be able to move forward and you'll remain stuck. And choices will be made for you. And you'll never succeed in your own life, spiritually, physically, or materially. A decisive person is one who seizes the rein and plots the course. They are the captain of their own destiny. So, the thing we need to keep in mind, making decisions in and of itself is not enough. You need to be able to make wise decisions and be decisive and then live with that decision and begin to own it. So how do we do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. Number one, get as much information as possible. That's the first thing you do. Don't be impulsive. Don't rush into it. If you can wait 24 hours, it can make all the difference in the world. In that 24 hours, the second thing you can do is make a list of pros and cons. If I make this decision, what successes will it bring? If I do make this decision, what risks am I taking? Number three, imagine yourself down the road. If you make this decision, where will this decision take you 1 year from now, 2 years, even 5 years from now? And fourthly, think about past decisions. Think about the failures and the wins, the victories and the losses. Think about what helped you before when you made a decision. When we look at the life of Jesus, this is a huge decision that he's making. But one thing he did that we need to do, being spirit-filled believers, is we need to walk in his footsteps. He spent time in prayer. It says he prayed all night. He spent time with God. Every decision that you're going to make, you should ask God, what is his opinion? Sometimes in life, there are people around us, we could ask them, but they're not available. And I think God sometimes sets us up because he wants us to take the choices to him so that we can make the right decision in life. I hope this blesses you. Hit the like button, share it with someone else. Thank you for listening.